Hey everyone, welcome to Say It Real. Hey everyone, welcome to Say It Real. Hey everyone, welcome to Say It Real. Hey everyone, welcome back to Say It Real, the podcast where real conversations help you build real fluency. I'm so happy you're here with us today.
And I'm happy too, although I have to be honest with you all. I am not feeling my best right now.
Oh no, what's happening? You sound a little blocked up.
Yeah, sorry about that. My nose is completely stuffed, my eyes are watering. I sneezed about 15 times before we started recording. It is not my best day.
Oh, but you know what? This is actually perfect because today we are talking about March. And what you're feeling right now is very, very March.
You're right. I can't even be upset. This is just what March does to people. March did this to me.
It really does. So today we are going to talk all about March in English. The weather, the nature, the vocabulary, and yes, the allergies. Everything March brings with it.
This is a great episode for English learners at A1 to B1 level. So we'll speak clearly, use simple words, and explain everything carefully. You can also practice shadowing. Just repeat what we say right after us. It's a great way to improve your pronunciation and speaking confidence.
And before we jump in, if you enjoy learning English with us, please subscribe to Say It Real, give this video a like, and tap the notification bell. That way you never miss a new episode. It means so much to us. Okay, let's go.
So let's start with the basics. March is the third month of the year. It comes after February and before April. And it is probably the most interesting and the most confusing month of the whole year.
Confusing? Say more.
Well, the weather in March is completely unpredictable, and that is our first big word today, unpredictable. Can you say it? Unpredictable. Unpredictable.
Unpredictable means you cannot guess what will happen next. You don't know. It's a surprise. And March weather, total surprise every single day.
Oh, totally. Last week, I left home in the morning. It was sunny, it was warm, beautiful blue sky. I thought, amazing, spring is here. So I wore a light jacket.
Let me guess what happened next.
By lunchtime, it was cold, gray, and raining, and I had no umbrella.
That is so March. One morning it feels like summer, the next afternoon you're shaking. You just never know what's coming.
Exactly. March is like that friend who says, I'll be there in 5 minutes, and then shows up 2 hours later. You can't trust it.
I love that. And actually, English has a very famous expression about this. Have you heard it? March comes in like a lion and goes out like a lamb.
Oh, yes, but let's explain this for our listeners because it's a beautiful expression.
Okay, so a lion is a big, strong, dangerous animal, very powerful. And a lamb is a baby sheep, very small, very soft, very quiet, and gentle.
So the expression means the beginning of March is wild and stormy and cold, like a lion, strong and aggressive.
But the end of March becomes warm and calm and peaceful, like a little lamb.
Exactly. March starts rough and finishes nicely. It's a great expression to remember. You can use it every year.
Although sometimes March comes in like a lion and goes out like a slightly smaller lion.
That is also very true. Sometimes spring takes a little longer to arrive.
Okay, so March weather is unpredictable. What are some other important words for March weather?
Let's do mild. M-I-L-D. Mild. Such a nice word. Mild means not too hot and not too cold. Just comfortable, pleasant, easy.
Oh, I love mild weather. That feeling when you go outside and think, okay, this is perfect. I don't need a heavy coat. I'm not sweating. I'm just comfortable.
Yes, that is mild. You can say it's quite mild today, or the afternoon was really mild and pleasant. It's a positive word. Mild weather feels good.
And in March, you do get mild moments, but the problem is they don't last long.
Right, because then comes the gust, G-U-S-T, a gust of wind.
Ooh, what's a gust exactly?
A gust is a sudden strong push of wind, not constant wind, just one big surprise. Everything is calm and then whoosh, out of nowhere.
Like when you're walking outside, everything feels fine, and then suddenly your hair is everywhere, and your bag is flying, and your coffee is on the ground?
Yes, exactly like that. A gust can really catch you off guard. You can say, a gust of wind blew my hat off the street, or there were some really strong gusts this afternoon.
I had a gust moment this week, actually. I was standing outside with my coffee, beautiful calm morning. Then one huge gust came and the lid flew straight off my cup. Coffee all over my jacket.
March and coffee are not friends.
Not at all. March is dangerous for coffee lovers. Be careful out there.
And what about the ground in March? Because I've noticed my shoes are always a mess this time of year.
Oh, yes, the word is muddy. Muddy. Muddy means the ground is wet and dirty, soft, sticky mud that sticks to everything.
My shoes get so muddy in March. I go for a nice walk in the park and I come back with completely brown shoes, even if they were white when I left.
I know exactly that feeling. You can say, the path is really muddy today, or my boots are all muddy from the garden. Very common in March after rain.
So we have unpredictable weather, cold gusts, and muddy shoes. March is sounding very difficult so far.
But wait, there are also really beautiful moments. Have you heard the expression bright spells?
I love this one. Tell everyone what it means.
So in March, the sky is often gray and cloudy, but sometimes, just for a short time, the sun breaks through and shines. That short moment of sunshine is called a bright spell.
A bright spell, like the sky is giving you a little surprise gift.
Exactly! You might hear on a weather report, cloudy with some bright spells in the afternoon. And the moment those bright spells arrive, everyone goes outside immediately.
People act like they haven't seen the sun in years.
Because sometimes they haven't. In winter, the sun disappears for so long. So in March, when you get even 20 minutes of sunshine, people are sitting on benches, standing on balconies, turning their faces up to the sky.
Like sunflowers, always turning toward the light.
That is such a perfect image. We are all just big sunflowers in March, chasing every little bit of warmth.
Okay, so we've covered weather words, unpredictable, mild, gust, muddy, and bright spells. Now, let's talk about something really beautiful, nature in March.
Yes, this is my favorite part of the whole episode, because after months of cold, gray, empty winter, March is when nature starts to wake up again.
Everything was brown and bare and quiet, and then slowly, March brings it all back to life. It really does feel a little magical.
It does, like the world is slowly opening its eyes after a very long sleep. And the first sign? Flowers. Flowers start to bloom. Bloom. To bloom means when a flower opens up and shows its colors for the very first time.
You're walking through a park and suddenly you see little yellow flowers, purple flowers, white flowers everywhere. And you think, where did these come from?
They were hiding, waiting underground all winter, just waiting for March to say, okay, it's time. You can say, the flowers are blooming in the garden, or everything is starting to bloom, spring is here.
And for trees, do we say bloom too?
For trees, we use blossom, Blossom. Blossom is very similar to bloom, but we use it especially for trees, like cherry trees, apple trees, pear trees.
Cherry blossoms, those beautiful pink and white flowers that cover the whole tree. So pretty.
So pretty. You can say, the cherry trees are blossoming already, or look at all that beautiful blossom. It's one of the most romantic signs of spring.
And on the ground, what about those tiny little green things that start pushing up through the soil?
Those are sprouts. To sprout. Sprout. When a small plant starts pushing up through the ground and begins to grow, like a tiny green finger coming out of the earth.
A tiny green finger. I love that description.
The seeds I planted last month are starting to sprout. You can use it like that, or little green sprouts are appearing everywhere. It's such a hopeful word. New life, new beginning.
So March means blooming flowers, blossoming trees, sprouting plants. Nature is coming back everywhere.
It's really beautiful, but there is a problem. When flowers bloom and trees blossom, they release something tiny into the air.
Pollen. Pollen. Pollen is the tiny powder that comes from flowers and trees. You usually can't see it, it's invisible. But in spring, it floats everywhere in the air.
And for most people, pollen is completely harmless. But for some people, and I am one of those people, pollen is a big, big problem.
Because some people are allergic to pollen. Their body thinks pollen is dangerous, even though it's just tiny flower powder. And so their nose runs, their eyes get red and itchy, they sneeze constantly. That reaction has a name: hay fever.
Hay fever. Hayfever. Hay fever is a very common spring allergy caused by pollen. Millions of people around the world get it every year.
You can say, I get really bad hay fever every spring. Or, my hay fever is terrible today, I can't stop sneezing. And you always look a little bit sad when you say it.
Because hay fever is miserable. I love spring, but spring does not love me back.
And here's a really useful tip for our listeners. If someone looks sick in March, runny nose, red eyes, lots of sneezing, don't say, oh no, do you have a cold? In spring, it's probably hay fever.
Yes, ask, is it your hay fever? That's much more helpful. And the person will say, yes, the pollen is everywhere today, and you both will understand each other perfectly.
Very true. Now, because March weather is so unpredictable, let's talk about clothes, because getting dressed in March is genuinely stressful.
It really is. Some mornings you need a heavy coat. Some afternoons, a t-shirt is enough. And sometimes you need both in the same day.
So what is the answer? What do you wear?
One word, windbreaker. Windbreaker. A windbreaker is a thin, light jacket. It protects you from wind and light rain, but it's not heavy or thick.
Perfect for March because it's light enough to carry in your bag. Small, easy, always ready.
Exactly. I always have my windbreaker with me in March. You never know when a gust is coming or when it starts to drizzle. It's like your personal March survival tool.
My March survival tool, I like that. You can say, I always carry a windbreaker in spring. Or, don't forget your windbreaker, the weather is unpredictable today.
My windbreaker goes everywhere with me from March to May. I feel lost without it, completely unprepared.
March without a windbreaker is a risky life choice.
Very risky. Don't do it.
Okay, let's talk about something else people do in March. March habits, things that happen every year when March arrives.
Oh yes, I have a very specific March habit. Every year, as soon as March comes and the weather starts to get a little warmer, I open all the windows in my house.
To air it out, right?
Yes, to air out. That's the expression. To air out means to open the windows and let fresh air come inside your home. After keeping everything closed all winter, the house starts to feel heavy and stuffy.
Stuffy means the air inside feels old and thick, not fresh. Like the same air has been sitting there for months.
And when you open the windows for the first time in March, oh, fresh, cool, clean air just flows through every room. It feels incredible, like the house is breathing again for the first time.
You can say, I need to air out the bedroom, or let's open the windows and air the house out. It finally feels warm enough. It's such a satisfying thing to do.
It really is. And I think people feel the same way in March, like they need to air themselves out too. Get outside, move, feel the fresh air.
Yes, after being inside all winter, March gives you energy again. You start to feel like good things are coming, like something is on the horizon.
On the horizon, great expression. What does that mean?
When something is on the horizon, it means it's coming soon. You can almost feel it arriving. Like looking far into the distance and seeing something getting closer. It's not here yet, but it's coming.
So you can say spring is on the horizon, or warmer days are on the horizon, or better times are on the horizon. It's a hopeful, positive expression.
Very hopeful. And March is a very hopeful month. The days get longer. There are more hours of light. The sun feels a little warmer, and even on a cold, gray morning, you think, okay, but spring is almost here.
That feeling, that hope, it helps people snap out of their winter mood.
Snap out of. Good one. What does that mean?
To snap out of something means to suddenly stop a bad feeling, like laziness or sadness or tiredness. Like someone claps their hands loudly in front of your face and you wake up. You stop the feeling quickly and suddenly.
So March helps you snap out of winter laziness.
Completely. You can say, I need to snap out of this tired feeling and go outside, or the sunshine really helped me snap out of my bad mood. March gives you that little push.
I agree. Even one bright spell, even one warm afternoon can completely change how you feel.
Although sometimes March gives you one beautiful sunny day and you think, yes, spring is here, life is amazing. And then the next morning it snows.
And you're back under your blanket.
March is a tease, a beautiful, confusing tease, but I still love it.
Same, because even when it's cold and muddy and windy, you know something good is coming. Spring is on the horizon, always.
Okay, let's also talk about how March makes people feel, because I think the emotional side of March is really interesting.
Oh yes, March has a very specific feeling. It's different from other months.
In winter, December, January, February, a lot of people feel a bit flat, low energy. They stay inside more, they feel unmotivated, like everything is gray.
Flat is a good word for that feeling. Not sad exactly, just low, quiet, slow.
But then March comes and something shifts. Even small things, seeing the first flower bloom, feeling the sun on your face for a few minutes, hearing birds singing in the morning, it changes something inside.
Birds, yes, let's talk about that because birds are also a big sign of spring in March.
Yes, in winter, it's very quiet outside, not many birds. But in March, they come back, and in the morning, you can hear them singing.
Birdsong, that's the word. Birdsong, the sound of birds singing. And hearing birdsong in the morning after months of silence is one of the most beautiful sounds of the year.
You can say, I heard birdsong this morning, spring must be close. Or, I love waking up to birdsong in March. It makes the mornings feel completely different.
Completely different, warmer, more alive, more hopeful.
And the days get longer too. In December, it gets dark very early, maybe 4 or 5 in the afternoon. But by March, the evenings are lighter. You finish work and it's still bright outside.
That extra light makes such a big difference to how people feel. More light equals more energy. More energy equals more motivation.
Exactly. So March isn't just a change in the weather. It's a change in mood, a change in energy, a change in how you feel about life.
I think that's why March is such an interesting month to talk about. It has so much going on. Weather, nature, allergies, emotions, everything is changing at the same time.
All at once. It's a lot, but it's exciting.
It really is. Okay, let's do our word tour, a full review of everything we learned today. Ready?
Ready.
First, unpredictable. You cannot guess what will happen. March weather is completely unpredictable.
Mild. Not too hot, not too cold. Comfortable and pleasant. It's a mild afternoon today.
Gust, a sudden strong push of wind. A gust of wind blew my hat down the street.
Muddy. Wet and dirty ground. My shoes are always muddy in March.
Bright spells, short moments of sunshine between the clouds. Cloudy with some bright spells this afternoon.
Bloom. When flowers open and show their colors. The flowers are blooming in the garden. Spring is here.
Blossom, when trees produce flowers in spring. The cherry trees are blossoming already, so beautiful.
Sprout. When a small plant starts growing up from the ground. Little green sprouts are appearing everywhere in the garden.
Pollen, the tiny invisible powder from flowers that causes allergies. There's so much pollen in the air today.
Hay fever, a spring allergy caused by pollen. My hay fever is really bad this week. I can't stop sneezing.
Windbreaker, a thin, light jacket that protects you from wind and rain. Always carry a windbreaker in March.
Air out, to open windows and let fresh air inside. I need to air out the house. It feels so stuffy after winter.
Stuffy, when the air inside feels old, thick, and not fresh. Open a window. It's so stuffy in here.
Birdsong, the sound of birds singing. I woke up to beautiful birdsong this morning.
On the horizon, something good is coming soon. Spring is on the horizon. I can feel it.
Snap out of, to suddenly stop a bad feeling or mood. March always helps me snap out of my winter laziness.
And our expression, March comes in like a lion and goes out like a lamb.
So many great words today. Now it's your turn, listeners. Tell us in the comments, what is March like where you live? Is it cold, warm, rainy? Do you get hay fever? Do you hear birdsong in the morning? Write 1 or 2 sentences in English. For example, March is very rainy where I live. I always carry my windbreaker. Or, the flowers are blooming here and it's so beautiful. We read every single comment, and writing in English is amazing practice. Even 1 sentence is enough. Just try. That's how you improve.
And if you enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe to Say It Real, give us a like, and hit the notification bell so you always know when a new episode comes out. Sharing with a friend who's learning English is a huge help. We really appreciate each and every one of you.
Thank you so much for learning with us today. Keep listening, keep practicing, and remember, even on the coldest, muddiest, most unpredictable March day,
Spring is always on the horizon.
always. See you in the next episode. Bye, everyone.
Bye.